Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. And by the video title, you know what this video is about. The most slept on QBs in the 2024 NFL draft. As you guys know, it's a lot of quarterbacks who are kind of slept on in this draft. Of course, you know the big time guys like Caleb Williams, who have all type of names on them. Say the second coming of Patrick Mahomes, one of the best quarterbacks of the generation, going to be the greatest of this and that. And we got Jaden Daniels, the Heisman Trophy winner this year. And then we also have, of course, Drake May, who's going to be very good quarterback too, and I think people think he's the most NFL-ready quarterback and the safest pick to go with as well because his play styles can be universal. They can fit in any scheme, any system. But I think these quarterbacks right here in this list right here that I got are the most slept-on QBs in the draft. A lot of these guys are not being talked about a lot, which is understandable because they're not as talented probably as the other guys. But I feel like in the right situation, with the right team, with the right scheme, they can be a team and they can be a force to be reckoned with because they have a lot of talent and a lot of potential. And sometimes you just need the right coach, the right guys around you to build you up to that point. And I think the first guy, of course, is Michael Penix Jr. Michael Penix Jr. is an amazing player. He has changed. He has kind of changed the dynamic a little bit of the pocket passer. Of course, he's a pocket passer primarily, but the way he plays the way he's able to move in the pocket and kind of, I say change the game, not change the game of pocket passing. He has kind of like brought back pocket passing a little bit, the way he plays, because you'll think with a quarterback that size, a lot of those guys, Drake May is kind of pocket passer like too, but he's more mobile than Michael Penix Jr. Michael Penix Jr. is just a primarily pocket pass quarterback. He's a guy who's just going to deliver from the pocket, strong arm, accurate downfield as well. Of course, sometimes he can get a little inconsistent, but overall, a good player, a good talent. And he's one of those guys you look at like a lot of teams are not looking at him fully because of the injuries that he's sustained at college that might drop him down a little bit. And some people think he might not be able to translate that play to the next level. But I think he'd be able to do it. And the right team, like you look at the Seahawks or the Steelers, and one of those teams like that decide to take him. Maybe the Raiders as well. One of those teams that take him like that, I feel like they'll be able to bring out the best in him. His play style is similar to that of who's a good comparison to him. His play style is similar. I'm trying to think. A lot of people said Tua, but with a stronger arm. That could be a good dynamic too, because Tua's a good player. You know, sometimes you got to bring it up to the next level in the playoffs, of course. But Tua's a good player. I can see that, but a little different, because a little different style. I want to say Justin Herbert-ish, not Justin Herbert like fully, but Justin Herbert kind of a little bit, but without the athleticism that Herbert has. Similar to that of a Justin Herbert Tua type quarterback. The way his play style is, you watch him play and the throws he make, similar similarities in their play style and the way they do things, like working in the pocket and delivering those throws, especially those outlet throws down the field. We see him make some amazing plays in the playoffs, dropping the passes in the bucket, over the top, and like some of those throws you gotta be precise on too, because like be a defender bracketing over the top, playing safety, and one underneath as well as bracketing the guys out, and you drop it like a helicopter dropped it from the sky. Just like put it in the bucket. It's amazing. And Michael Penix Jr. did that a lot. A lot of people have said that he might not be able to translate that to the next level. They said sometimes his foot didn't get off. I've seen some videos. People saying that he's going to be fool's gold and all type of stuff, saying he's a bust. He'd be a bust if you draft him. I don't believe that. I feel like in the right team, which he might fall probably late round first pick, or he might fall second roundish. If you get on the right team, like in the mid rounds, you know, most time you fall late, you find a team like a good team because those guys are already established, and you don't mind being on that team sitting behind a guy. Maybe the Jets. You know, Aaron Rodgers is there, of course, but Aaron Rodgers is not going to play forever. Maybe the Jets get a guy like Michael Penix Jr. Let him sit behind there a little bit, learn from Rodgers, and be ready for the next level. Zach Wilson has not panned out too well for the Jets. Maybe one day he'll pan out somewhere else, but we'll see what happens. Another quarterback is Joe Milton. Joe Milton, as I mentioned before, many times before on this channel for the past few weeks, he's a project-type quarterback. You know, he has the intangibles. He's 6'5", 230, 40-ish pounds. Just a big, strong arm as well that he has. And also, he has speed. He has speed as well, too. So he's very athletic, can make plays with his legs, can throw on the run, can throw the deep ball down the field. But inconsistency with his accuracy throughout his college career. We've seen through, you watch some of his films, some of his games through college, from his freshman year to his senior year to the Senior Bowl. You see some good and you see a lot of bad as well. But I feel like in the right scheme, with the right quarterback coach, with the right offensive coordinator, the right head coach, building around him and pivoting like a type of style similar to a Josh Allen type, similar to what Ed Richardson is doing with the Colts. I know he's going to play a few games, but similar to that style, I think he'll be able to emerge well, especially if you surround him with the right weapons. Some guys just need the right personnel around. We've seen Brock Purdy. If Brock Purdy was in any other situation, like a team like this, like my Steelers, a lot of people keep saying the Steelers could redraft, they'll probably take Brock Purdy first. Looking at it now, the Steelers probably wouldn't take any quarterback at all. But because Brock Purdy in our system and scheme would have probably never worked out too well. But the 49ers, it worked out well because Coach Shanahan put in the right position to go out there and succeed. And the way they have Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, you have these weapons, and the way they kind of play with everything's kind of crossing in the middle. Tua is similar to that play style as well. You keep them in that type of system. They don't have the strongest arm in the world. They're not the most athletic in the world, but they have enough accuracy to get it done, to hit on those plays. I feel like Joe Milton, if you can find a scheme where it's kind of like run and gun style, where he's a lot of play action bootlegs, deep down the field, using run heavy scheme where he uses his legs as well, keeping the quarterback powers, quarterback draws at the middle as well. Different reverse run plays, read options type stuff. RPO type stuff, RPRs, just doing different things with them. I feel like in those schemes, kind of like a Jalen Hurts type style, could probably work for him. You get the right coach. Joe Milton could be a sleeper. I think he'll be a 4th round pick, maybe 5th round. You might can find him maybe later. You never know. But I think he probably fall around 4th, 5th round because somebody will see him and take a chance on him and say, okay, it's a project. I have to work to try to build it up, to try to make it an A+ project and not an F on this school project. So we're going to see how it works out. But I think Joe Milton, with the intangibles he have, I think you'll be able to scold him if you are a good coach as well, and you're able to bring that potential out of him and make it consistent over long periods of time, not just at different bursts throughout his playing career at college. Next, we have Spencer Rattler. Spencer Rattler, another guy too. Remember, he was highly, highly graded when he was first coming in. People say, oh, Spencer Rattler's the next big thing. He's been transferred all around the place. But I think he's still good enough to be a competitor in his league and to be a guy who can have some success in this league as well. But he's going to need the right team as well because he doesn't have he had a lot of the intangibles, of course, to make the plays and push the ball and stuff as well. But it's the reason he separates himself from the other class, like I mentioned, with the Jaden Daniels and the Caleb Williams and Drake May, because consistency over long periods of time. He transferred a lot around. He was in different scenarios, a lot around, different opportunities, and it panned out sometimes, and sometimes it didn't pan out as well. But I think if the right guy get him, I think he'd be able to kind of make it better. Another guy on this list I have too, who kind of in that same boat, similar to him a little bit, but a little less because his the teams he played against at Tulane was Michael Pratt. Michael Pratt's another guy too. If you watch his play style, he's very accurate quarterback. He hasn't had the strongest arm in the world. He can still push the ball, but his arm not the strongest in the world, so he lacks that department of trying to push the ball and like throwing power as well. But I think in the scheme, like the Tuas, like the Brock Purdy type schemes, like the Patriots did Mac Jones' his rookie season, those schemes where you don't have to have the strongest arm, but you just need to be accurate. You need to be accurate and you need to know timing on those routes, on those plays, and be able to be in sync with your receivers and work the middle of the field. I think in a scheme like that, he can be pretty good and can help a team have some success too as well. Like a lot of these guys on this list are very good. I think Michael Penix Jr., of course, in a different threshold than some of these guys, of course. All these guys, but I think these guys are kind of like sleeper guys. I feel like, of course, in the wrong scenario, like somebody throw them out to the fire, of course, they're not going to be good at all. But if you got to find them in the right situation, find them in the right scheme, like I mentioned with Joe Milton, I feel like it'd be better if you have him in that heavy run base, run and gun style where he uses his legs, a part of the run game as an extension, play action bootlegs, pushing the ball down the field, like Pratt, Spencer Rattler, and Brock Purdy too, like scheme, working in the middle of the field, timing by accuracy, trying to do crossers and stuff like that, West Coast style, like the 49ers run, like the Broncos ran too with Russell Wilson too. It's a scheme that can help young quarterback as well. But I think these guys just got to get into the right scenario and they can find some magic somewhere. Hopefully they do. Brock Purdy did. We've seen Tom Brady did throughout his career. We who else? Who's another guy? Give somebody else. Let me see somebody else. Who's another guy who found some? I don't know. I can't think of him. Oh, Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott found one too. I think he was a third or fourth round pick. Dak Prescott got to the Cowboys with the right scenario too as well. So some guys that can find the right home where they might be surrounded by great players and it can bring the greatness out of them. When you're surrounded by greatness, when you got a coach that's building around you, you can bring yourself to another level. So I think these guys are going to be dynamic if they find the right team, the right scheme. If not, then they might not work out too well. It might not pan out a lot, but hopefully these guys fall to teams that don't need a quarterback at the moment right now, but might need one within the next few years, so they can learn, they can kind of sit around and build them up a little bit, so when the time comes to actually use them, they be ready to ball. Let me know in the comment section down below who you guys think are sleepers in the NFL draft at the quarterback position or in players in general. I'm going to talk about some receivers. I'm going to talk about linebackers. I'm talking about cornerbacks and all type of stuff. So be on the lookout for those videos coming in the upcoming days and weeks. But I'll see you guys the next time on the channel. Peace out.